Good evening. Thank you for joining me here on the Entrepreneur. Today is going to be a great show. Today is episode 15, and this show is about should entrepreneurs expand abroad? Now, this is something that a lot of entrepreneurs do consider and think about, but and then there's some who don't think about it, some who have fears about expanding their business abroad, and that's something natural to have. You going into the own unknown and really don't know what's out there on a business level, if you're going to fail or not abroad, and what is the rules and regulations in various different global demographics. But before we move on with the show today, what I would like to thank all of my YouTube subscribers. Please, now, do not be afraid to subscribe. Give me the support I need. I need your support. I love my YouTube subscribers, and I'm not just saying that just to get viewers and people to share and subscribe. I really enjoy doing what I do here on YouTube, and I really like for others to share my content and let others know what this show is about and how this show can help them. So I like to give a big thanks to those to my YouTube subscribers who subscribe to my show, and please subscribe, please share, and please hit that notification button so you know when the next show will air and begin. And I also like to thank others from other media that where I share my content in. So thank you for your support, and please continue your support of my show. Further ado, let's go further. Let's begin today's show. Before I start, I would like to say that please leave a comment. I'd like for you to leave a comment so I know, if you, even if it's positive or negative, but if it's going to be negative, let it be professional and not be childish. Because I'm telling you, if it's childish, I'm going to put you on blast. But please leave a comment, and I do read comments, and I will respond accordingly. Okay, but let's move forward. As I explained, today's show is about should entrepreneurs expand abroad. Let's go into this. Global growth can be both daunting and rewarding. Here are steps you can take to avoid mistakes when exporting and importing. Okay, so we're going to go into the different steps that you can take in order to avoid making mistakes, because some entrepreneurs do make mistakes when they try to sell their services and products to foreign markets. You got to be careful when you do that. You got to know what you're doing. You got to know the culture, and it's a lot of things you got to put into this. It may look easy, it may sound like something that, that you can go in and just automatically can, see if you can excel greatly. But you have to take time and the work and effort that needs to help you grow abroad. Okay, the advantages: you can extend the sales life of existing products and services by finding new markets to sell them in. Okay, so that's a big advantage of you that you can have. Okay, now the other thing is you can reduce your dependence on the markets you have developed in the United States. So you don't have to depend so much on the markets that you had developed here in the United States. You can have an open range, an open market, a new frontier for your business. Um, I mean, sky's the limit. So, look into that, consider that. Also, ask. Now, there's another thing that I would prefer you to really look into and consider really doing, and ask questions before you start. You want to ask questions before you start. You just don't jump into it. And I noticed that a lot of, and it's not to criticize or any way. Don't take it as a criticism. A lot of Americans who do expand their business abroad have this, what you would say, this gun on a holster strap type of mentality. They going in, they just gonna, man, I'm gonna get in there and really do it. Okay, you can do that, but you can't do that into a market that you don't know. You have to be cognizant of the cultural differences, the market and fluctuations of currency. You have to know these things. You can't just jump in there and just think well, it works here, then we can do it anyway. No, it doesn't work like that. You have to know these things. Okay. One is, will the product sell in target cultures? You need to find out the product or service that you're trying to sell to a different market abroad. Does it meet the standards of the culture? Is it culturally sound, this product? Do these people, can they relate to what you're selling? Does the product relates to their cultural needs? See, that's what you need to know. We're selling your type of product and services abroad. So this is something that you should take cognizance of. Be conscious of it. Please be conscious of that. Just don't go out there and just assume that they'll buy anything. No. Excuse me. It's just like any product and service here in the United States. Customers just don't buy anything. They do their own research on the product, see if the product is something that they need. It's the same thing abroad. It's no different. Okay, so let's be mindful of that. Please be mindful of that. Is your target market familiar with your product or service? Now, you have to be mindful. The new market that you're going into, the foreign market that you go into, let's say you go into Ethiopia's market, you may want to expand your, let's say you have, you're selling, let's say desktops, or let's say office equipment. Does this product that you're trying to sell, are they familiar with it? Do they know about this product? So you're going to have to do some work to introduce your product and service, introduce your company and what type of services that your company provides. So that's something that you have to do, and that's something that you must consider if you're going to expand abroad and sell your products and services abroad. Okay. Another thing, pitfalls, the pitfalls of exporting. Okay, there are pitfalls of exporting. So you need to be knowledgeable of that. You need to be concerned and considerate of that. Okay, so let's say failing to failing let's say failing to plan a strategy, that can be a crucial point to your selling your products and services abroad. You need to have a strategic um, in, international foreign plan on how you're going to sell your products and services abroad or to that particular country that you have of interest of selling your products and services. You need to come in there with a plan, just like you come in with a business plan or a plan on how to sell your new products into the market. It's the same concept of selling your products and services to foreign markets. So you need to come in there with a plan, have a plan, know what you're doing. Okay. Um, chasing, let's say, for example, chasing the, how can I say this? Chasing the, it's like chasing the world around, right? You're just going around, just chasing things around and hoping that something will happen and something will come about. You don't want to do that. You need to know, you need to be consistent and concise in what you're going to do. What is your goals? How you're going to get your product out into that foreign market. You know, this is something you have to consider. You must look into that. Please do that. Don't make mistakes on just assuming that whatever you're selling is going to be what the those in that foreign market would want and consider about your product and service. Okay, so let's be mindful of that. Excuse me. Assuming if it works here in the United States, it will work anywhere. Like I had stated a little bit earlier, that is false. And that can be a crucial point to destroy your company's credibility and market share in the foreign markets. You need to know, you must, you cannot assume that whatever you sell, everybody wants it. No, you may sell something in the foreign market. The foreign consumer may not have a need for, and now you've invested all this time and energy and money trying to sell trying to sell this product or service in the foreign market, and you fail. Yet it flops. Okay, good example of that. Back in the 80s, there was, you remember the Lorraine cars? There was a sports car that was supposed to be the greatest sports car of all time. It came here in the United States market. It flopped tremendously. Nobody hardly ever purchased those things. Only a few people purchased that car. And car didn't do well here. So you gotta be cognizant of that, people. You can't assume that just because it does well here, it's going to do well everywhere. You have to do your market research. Just like you do research here in the United States, you have to do the same research if you're trying to sell your products and services abroad in a certain particular demographic. Okay? Going global, right? Here we're talking about going global, right? So start a campaign to grow internationally. Okay, so you want to start a campaign. That's part of the planning aspects of it. You want to start a campaign. You do your PR campaign, your advertising, your whatever you do here to market your business is the same that you got to do abroad. So do that. Start a effective international campaign that promotes your product and service. Okay. Conduct foreign market research. Okay. Conduct foreign market research. So do your research on that particular market that you want to sell your service and products in. Okay. Do that. You have to do research in anything you do. Okay, so you just can't just go out there and assume that it's going to be a great success. do your market research on that particular market, and you can succeed, but you do your research. Research is critical. Okay. Evaluate ways to distribute your product and services. Okay. Evaluate ways to um, sell your products and services abroad. That helps out big time. It helps out big time in helping you sell your products and services. Okay, and and it's a good way of conducting a strategic plan to sell your products and services abroad and succeed. So that's something that you want to consider, and yeah, you can do well. You can do well. So these are the steps you need to follow. Also, learn how to set prices and negotiate deals. That's crucial because the prices, you got to remember, the economy of certain foreign countries. You don't want to have certain prices that's going to be too high, in which the consumer will not buy the product. It's too costly. Also, negotiate deals that's beneficial for your company to sell the products in the market. When you're looking for possible distributors or others who can represent your company in that particular country. So you want to do that, and you want to consider that's is crucial. So look into that. That's part of your research. Okay. Um, Also, learn about the culture, language, and where and how to sell your product. So learn about the culture that you're selling the product in. Learn about that country and its culture. It would be helpful that you learn a little bit of the language, at least, because that shows respect, that you have respect for the culture, you respect the people, and it goes a long way. Okay, so I hope today's show was able to help you understand about learning to, if you want to learn how to, I wouldn't say learn, but have the view of considering expanding your company abroad, and the steps that you need to look into, and the do's and don'ts of exporting your goods into foreign markets. So you want to be successful, you want to be profitable. Um, this is something that you want to do. Um, what I like to, I hope this was very informative. I hope I was able to give you the necessary tools that you needed to know about selling your products and services abroad. Now, if you want to, I can also do extension on this to go further. But please leave a comment on this on my YouTube channel. And I really thank you for tuning in. Remember, the next show is going to be on episode 16. Episode 16 is about how do an entrepreneur seek talent. Okay, so we're going to go into that. That's a good topic to consider. That's a good topic to talk about. That's something that a lot of entrepreneurs need to know. How do you seek good talent? So once again, thank you for tuning in to the Entrepreneur. Please remember, share the content, subscribe, hit the like button. Please hit that like button and support the show. I really need you to support the show. Please turn out, please share it, and please subscribe, and please hit that notification button so you know when a new show will air. Okay? Thank you for tuning in to tonight's show. And remember, make that money and prosper.